Good afternoon and welcome to my home and another live session of creative ideas that I'm going to share with you on how to use Tjhoko Paint. This afternoon I have something creative up my sleeve, and that is tie-dyeing, and I'll show you exactly step by step how it's done with Tjhoko Paint. Now imagine if you have old curtains, and tip, make sure it's natural fabrics, not synthetic fabrics, and only the hems of your curtains you tie-dye. So here's a scarf that we did earlier today, and look at the color inspiration, the pattern. I actually wanted to unpack my entire wardrobe on this table for today's session because I have paint on every single piece of clothing in my cupboard, but I'm going to tie-dye them, your jeans, your shirts, or only a section, or only the hems of your jeans or your pants, bedding, pillowcases, a tablecloth, if you only did it on the front or on the sides of your tablecloth, a runner. What about your towels? If they are ugly and you want to throw them away, let's try and tie-dye them. I haven't tried towels, but maybe it's something that can work. Or your kitchen towels for that matter. Here's a pillowcase that we did, and together we are going to do more creative ideas and share step by step on how it is done. So I have here a scarf. So it is just a white scarf. This section I've already tied, and I'm going to show you some ideas on how to tie your pieces of fabric before you dye them with Tjhoko Paint, and I'll explain how to mix your paint as well. So I'm just going to do a section of my scarf. So I'm going to section it off with an elastic band. So that's the first thing you will need, is an elastic band. And a piece of clothing, a piece of fabric, like I've mentioned, curtains, tablecloths. And I can't wait to see the creative ideas you'll be sharing with us. Okay, so I'm tying that piece off. So I'm only going to tie-dye this section of my scarf. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it on my table, and I'm going to show you. Okay, and the greatest part of this, it's art, it's fun, and it doesn't need to be perfect, so you don't stress over anything. And what I do is I just start turning my scarf. So I turn it on my table, and all the edges. Maybe this one can go this way. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then I take an elastic band and I put it over that part. And I take another band and I cross the two. And I stick that loose end in there, and I take another band and I make like a cross, and maybe over this section another band. Let's see, let's put that through there and this through here. So as you can see, the elastic bands cross each other in the center, more or less. Okay, and every piece will have its own pattern. I just want to press some of that in there. So I have almost like a donut thingy. Next, what you will need. So the first important thing is so the first step, what you will need is elastic bands, then water. And what I do is I wet my fabric with normal cold tap water. Only the section sections that I'm going to tie-dye. And remember, you can also do it to the entire scarf or the entire curtain, but this will really be something fun. I'm actually looking forward to do this on curtains. Oh, you will never worry if your husband spills red wine on your tablecloths again, because you will be able to tie-dye them with Tjhoko Paint. Okay, so I wet my fabric thoroughly. This will allow the paint to seep in nicely and also to flow, and that will also allow the different colors to blend with each other. So I've thoroughly sprayed it with water. That's the second step. And then I've mixed various Tjhoko colors with warm tap water. To prevent contamination, you can use boiling kettle water and just let it cool down a bit, that it's not that hot, and then you can actually keep them in containers until you need them again. Okay? The reason for that is normal tap water will contaminate, where boiling water will reduce the risk of contamination. I have mixed 1 part paint and 2 parts water. Okay, so it is double the amount of paint that you've added to your container. You will add water. Does it make sense, Danny?
Yes.
Okay. And the colors I've used, let's quickly go through the Tjhoko colors, is Dory's Dance, Holiday Squirrel, Almonds Aubergine, Nade, and Sheriff Stone. And remember, you use colors that you like and that fits your taste and desire. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my colors. This will be actually something that I will wear. So I'm going to go with Dory's Dance and Nade that I've mixed. And now you just have fun. So I'm going to, each section, I'm going to pour diluted Tjhoko paint on this. So this will be subtle, and there will be some color inspiration, some Nade. And I'm working in a plastic container, and I don't waste too much paint. I just want to add a touch of Holiday's Coral here and Holiday's Coral there. So each section gets a different color, or alternate between the two colors. Make sure it's the front and the back. And let's do some Holiday Squirrel there again. And then some Nade in here. So I don't waste too much. Where I feel I want to have a lighter tone, I will just put some Dory's Dance on top. Oh, this is playful and fun. Nade. Just make sure that is done properly. Let's add some Holiday there. And then some Holiday over here. Yes, let's put light on the subject. Thanks, Tjhoko. Okay, so then
Oh, it's probably better.
is it better?
You need a man to tell you.
We're so glad you arrived. Okay, so there's some Nade and some Holiday Squirrel and also some Dory's Dance. And maybe just for a splash of excitement, let's put some Almonds Aubergine just here and there.
Nadine, can you please repeat how you mix the paint?
So it's 1 part paint and 2 parts water. So double the amount of paint that you've added to your container. You will add water. So say for instance you added 50 milliliters of paint, you will add 100 milliliters of water. Okay, so there's some colors. Let's do the same this side. Or let's open that one. I don't know which you want to see. Let's do this. Let's play and open the entire tie-dye object. What is that? Oh, scissor, don't worry. We forgot to put a pair of scissors on the table. I'll just remove the plastic bands, Danny. I actually don't know where I've put my scissor. Don't worry. We have a day job, and in between the creative things need to happen. But the creative things are actually the things that motivate us and encourage us and keep us all together. So make time to be creative. It's very important. Okay, so I am just having fun. So it's nade, pink, and just in between splashes of almonds aubergine. Okay, so there we go. And this is absolutely fun. Can you imagine children doing this? Kids' parties, stick to the social distancing rules, but having friends over, children's parties, how kids will enjoy doing this with some t-shirts. So there is, let's do pink there, let's add some holiday over here, holiday over there. I'm just making sure that the colors flow in everywhere. Okay, and now for the reveal. So this is absolutely fun and nothing to stress about. Okay, let me reveal. So while it's still wet, don't wait for it to dry, else the fabric will become very stiff in this position. I remove the plastic bands. So I just remove and remove, take away. We are going to have Tjhoko takis, Tjhoko scarves. One of these days we'll be wearing Tjhoko uniforms to Office Danny. Let me take off that band. That's now where a scissor will come in handy. And I'm going to open my scarf so that you can see the reveal. And there's something very unique, colourful, and something that can fit your own wardrobe. And if you feel you want to add more colours there, you will repeat exactly what I have just done. Tie some together again and just add more paint onto the elastic. Okay, let's do the same to the other side. We just remove the elastic bands. I'm going to show you, if you wear it, how beautiful it looks. And let's remove this. Just this piece. Oh, your jeans, only at the bottom. And due to the fact that the paint is mixed with water, it leaves a very soft texture. Let's open this side. And there you can see the reveal. Is it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
Okay, and if you wear it, so only on the edges, you will have some color. Look how beautiful that is. Soft, feminine, and something that you have created even for a friend, for a gift. Can be a beautiful gift. Your napkins, if you tie-dye your napkins to set a table, how beautiful, Danny. That's another idea. Okay, so I recently saw, I have teenagers in the house. How beautiful is that? Oh, this prachtig. Okay, I'm going to put it over here so that it can dry. So tips. Okay, I'm going to tell you more about the teenagers. Tips. You will wait for the fabric to dry completely. Then you will iron it with a warm iron so it can set the color into the fabric. And if you want to wash, hand wash in cold water. But look how amazing is that. So I have teenagers in the house, and Kaylee is a real girl, and we went to a shop the other day and we saw socks that had these mottled colors on it. So I'm going to show you even socks we can tie-dye. Spray with water. So what I've done, let me show you first how I've tied this. So there are various ways on how you can tie your items. So I've simply done a zigzag fold with my socks. Nice for tennis, kids for maybe a party theme. Once again, children's parties. It's a nice workshop to do with kids at a party. Bags, tote bags, you can tie-dye. So I've zigzagged them together and then the elastic band. Two sides. Okay, next important step is to spray with water. Thoroughly wet it. And my other sock. Oh Danny, you're never going to look the same again. Maestro, wil jy getie-dye wees? And I'm going to use colors. Let's use something different. Let's use almonds aubergine. Together with the almonds aubergine, I'm going to use some Doris Dance just to give a more of a subtle discoloration to resemble the socks that we saw in the shops. And then some Nade. So you won't worry about discolored socks anymore. You will see opportunity to change them. Let's do some holiday over here. Isn't this a beautiful coral pink? And just to make it a bit lighter, once again, to resemble what I've seen recently. And now we remove the elastic band. Our son almost has a matric farewell, so I'll tie-dye his socks. And look there. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Okay, I think I found my next favorite thing to do. Next, I'm going to show you pillowcases. So let's do this together.
Nadine, we have a request. When you're finished with everything, would you please show how you tied the scarf? And then we have a request of info of the painting you did.
My painting, we'll do that together. We'll do that together as a creative art session soon. So I'll show you how to draw your outlines, how to start painting, how to do your backgrounds. It's something we'll do together. Maybe as a workshop. Hey Danny, wouldn't that be fabulous? Do faces, Tjhoko faces on canvas during a Tjhoko workshop. I'll do the planning on that, okay? It's something I will definitely show you how it's done. And it's easy. Next, I'm going to show you how to do the pillowcase, and then I'll show again how to do the scarf. Okay. So scarf nie mooi nie, huh? Good. Now, pillowcases. We all now know what happens to them. They discolor, they turn ugly, but you are not going to throw them away. You are going to repurpose it. So let me show you. So you open it. Then you start in the center. And you start turning it around. First, let's spray water on this. Then so because it's a larger item, first spray it with water. So I'm going to spray it with water on my... I know nothing's happening. I don't know why. Okay, so I sprayed with water first. Seeing that it's a larger object, and the water allows the paint to run and blend colors together. The wetness on the surface. So I thoroughly wet it with water. The scarf and the socks were smaller items, so this was something I could do after I put on my elastic bands. So I sprayed with water generously everywhere. Duvet covers. You will never throw away a duvet cover ever again. Tjhoko, unforeseen possibility. Even scatters, if they are faded and ugly, this is something you definitely can do to incorporate color on your scatter cushions, because color is something that quickly adds a splash of color and excitement in a space, and you usually accomplish that with scatter cushions on your sofa seats, lounge suites. This bottle is very temperamental. I think there's air going in somewhere. It doesn't want to spray water. Okay, I can see if you can fix. I'm going to start with a tie. So I am pulling it together in the center, and I turn, turn. You just keep on turning. Just ask Kaylee if she doesn't maybe have another, or even the sanitizer bottles. Quickly throw out some sanitizer. It's spraying again. Okay, while it's working, let's use it. It's a male bottle of nonsense. Okay. And I turn.
If it was a male bottle, he was always working.
And I turn it to make sure it's nice, stiffly sitting like a rose almost. Okay, so it's a circle of fabric pulled together. Then I apply my elastic band around the center. And this is exactly how we have done the scarf. And then around, so it crosses each other, the elastic bands, almost like cutting a cake. I'm going to apply 2 more elastic bands. One over there, but you can stop when you feel. You can only have 4/4 as well. And then another one over there.
We have a tip here.
Yeah,
So
I like this.
you can use a fork as well to do the turning.
Oh, great idea. That's a great idea. Especially for the scarf, because the fabric is so thin. I like it. Yes. Okay, and then I have my container, but look how little paint I have wasted with all the things we have done so far. So there's hardly any wastage. Then you start playing around. So I'm going to do some sheriff stone if you have like a French themed room, you can do it with neutral colors. It doesn't need to be colorful. Remember, you are going to use colors that you like. As jy byvoorbeeld 'n see tema doen, gaan jy met bloue werk en jy dink hoe mooi sal dit wees. Jou huis by die see en dan nooi jy my om vir jou te kom kuier. Okay, so there's some sheriff stone. I'm going to do some sheriff stone over there. You can do vineyard stone and creams, a touch of soft pink for more of a vintage look and feel. How beautiful that would be. Let's do soft, oh lovely. T-shirts. I'm just thinking of everything I'm going to tie on. Okay, now this is some Doris Dance in between that section. If it flows to the other section, don't worry about it. It's part of the effect, and I just make sure that it reaches all the grooves. And in between there. Okay, and I'm quickly going to repeat the care instructions. So once I'm done with this, I'll immediately remove the elastic bands, wait for it to be completely dry, iron with a warm iron. If I want to wash it, hand wash with cold water. And let's do some just splashes maybe of some holiday here and there, just as some color, splashes of color, and then some made in these sections. Make sure it reaches everywhere. Oh, I love this. And you use so little paint. And also, if you want to have lighter tones, you can add more water. So there's no right or wrong. And then just here and there, I'm going to add some splashes of almond. Just to tone it down, some dory. Okay, are you ready for the reveal? Let's see what it looks like. It's going to be just as a big surprise to me as to you. And there's the one side, and I'm going to turn it around, and there's the other side. How amazing is this? It's a work of art in 10 minutes. Okay, so this is the tip for the week. Okay, could you see clearly, Danny? Can I?
It's beautiful, yeah.
So the tip of the week is the following. To be creative is to have fun. So have a week that is fun-filled and stay creative with Tjhoko Paint. Till next week, looking forward to see you again. Bye.